Alright, what is up everybody, and welcome back to my playthrough of Life is Strange. So last time we pretty much got through most of episode 3. You know, sort of a recap. Actually, I'll just wait to read the journal to recap, because the journal does a good job doing the recap for us. But where we left off last time, we were stuck on this damn photo because I couldn't figure it out. So I went online to see like if I was the only one having trouble. And then I kind of played around with it for a little, and I think I got it. I don't really know how to describe it. Like, I think you're just supposed to hold down one of the keys until like, yeah, like I think what I've noted. Okay, so I think what I noticed is it's supposed to. It looks like it's kind of like a slider, if you get what I mean. So, you know, A and D. So like A, I guess, is to move it to the left. D is to move it to the right. So you're just supposed to hold down until you get it. So yeah, like you see how like it's getting clear now. I'm like holding down the A button. It got clear, and then it gets clear, and then if you keep holding down, like it gets blurry. So I think it feels like it's kind of like cycling, you know? Like, and if I hold D, it just basically goes in the other direction. So I think it's kind of like a cycle, and you just want to keep holding down on the button until like you see how you get like that little white flash. I guess that white flash is like your indicator that you know, you got it there. You got it as much focused as you can get with that, and then you move on to the mouse, and then I guess it's the same thing. You just kind of yep, like that.
Someday Dad'll get one of them newfangled computers.
I hope the flash didn't scare you, Max. This is a keeper.
Not until I see it first. You know the rules, Dad. Max, tell him. Whoa, hey. You look totally pale. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just... yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, Chloe. Give me the thumbs up or thumbs down.
Well, I might just allow this one into the family album.
You're the boss.
What is this?
But not the cook.
William is
Hint,
here.
hint, Daddy.
Yes,
And
we can't
Chloe
expect
is
your
just a
mother to
kid.
rush home and serve us slackers.
Am I
Who
that
wants to
far
have
back in
crepes?
You
time?
mean pancakes?
In France, they call them
I'm
crepes.
18 years
And a good
old
French
inside my
chef uses
13-year-old
assistance
self.
If you want to eat
How?
I volunteer to break the eggs.
Alright,
Remember how
so
many eggs?
Mom said it depends.
That's true.
So how many eggs?
Don't you dare question the chef.
Right, like you're the real cook here.
okay,
I am when your mom is away.
so
I'll let her know that.
yeah, so I guess that's just how it is. It's kind of like a slider. So like with the A and D, you just kind of press one button or the other until you eventually get to where you want to go, or until you get it like in the sweet spot. And then we're saying doing with the right and left mouse button, I guess you just keep pressing it. You press one or the other until you get to the sweet spot. But the thing is, like, it's funny because you could really just press one button, like either A and then like the right mouse button until you get it focused, and you don't even have to worry about the other two. Like I said, it's kind of like a slider. Like, kind of, you press one button to go in one direction, you press the other to go in a different direction. And I don't know. Like, I literally just figured that out right now because, like I said, I looked it up. It didn't really seem super clear. Yeah, it didn't really seem super clear. But, Yeah, I just kind of like played around with it right before I started recording, testing out, like trying to get a feel for it, and then like I finally figured it out. And I have to say, yeah, I wish the game would be a little more clear describing that to you. Um, because I don't know, like at least the way like the game describes it, it wasn't clear to me. I was confused, as you can tell. Like I literally had to stop. And like I'm telling you, like this is the end. Like we're at the end of the episode. I think we got another 15 minutes left, maybe. If anything, it could be a little shorter than that. I don't know. But yeah, like that kind of pissed me off last night. I was really tired too, to be honest. So I think I was just like, yeah, you know what? Try it some other day. So, you know, there you go. This is a good case of sometimes you just need to, when you're tired, you're just better off like, or if you're struggling with something, maybe it's because you're tired and you just need a good night's rest, and the next day you'll wake up and you could probably solve whatever was tripping you up. But anyways, at least we got that done. So let's do our recap, shall we? I think this is where we left off. Let's see. Despite all the usual... Oh, before I continue though. When I was looking it up though, it did tell me like how to do it on controller. Which, yes, I remember it being much easier on controller. Because with the controller, all you have to do is just kind of spin the analog sticks around until like you get the sweet spot, and then once you get it, you just basically hold the analog sticks in the position that like the photo is like in focus, and you just hold it there until like the game just like does its thing. So but you see what I mean, like talking about a cycle, cause like the sticks do a perfect job. Like you just basically spin them around until you get to your spot. So I guess this was kind of their way of translating that onto keyboard, which I still think they should have done a better job explaining it or something. Or they could have just added like an actual slider, and like they could have told you like, okay, move the slider until you get the photo in focus. So I don't know. I honestly was thinking to myself, if I can't figure it out, I guess I'm just gonna have to play with controller. But luckily I didn't have to do that. But anyways, so let's recap. Despite all the usual breaking in and blowing up office hijinks, Chloe decided what we needed more than anything was to take a night swim in the otter's lair. I was so giddy and rebellious that I was like, oh yes, we shall swim. We didn't completely skinny dip, but close enough to get in big trouble no matter what. I don't know why we were so careless after being so careful. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I love that Chloe brings out the just don't give a fuck side of me, even if that hasn't always served her well. She deserved a moment of not giving a shit. Me too. Just two friends goofing around in the pool. I fear those youthful shenanigans might soon be a thing of our past. God, I'm sorry to sound like one of the teachers at Blackwell. Chloe and I had a nice chat about our lives since I left. We talked about dumb boys and girls and why they're trouble. Especially for me. I feel like a groupie when I talk to Chloe about our life experience. She has me so beat. I take pictures, she takes action. Speaking of action, we had to seriously bounce when security showed up. Duh, how quiet could we be in the swimming pool? Plus, after leaving a trail of our Blackwell handiwork, it was so intense and exciting to get past the security guards. They had serious spotlight power, so it wasn't exactly easy to stealth our way past, especially as we had to bail in Chloe's junker. But like I said, intense and exciting. Hello, Chloe Price. Even though my body smelled like I had been doused in chlorine, it was so nice to crash in Chloe's room for the first time in 5 years and wake up next to her like our old sleepovers. For some reason, it reminded me of the time we were going to TP one of the neighbors' houses, and we even snuck out but got chicken and ran back home, laughing all the way. But got chicken. I mean, I know what she means, but I feel like that's a weird way of saying that. I remember waking up the next day and Joyce was making one of her delish breakfasts downstairs, and Chloe smiled at me like we were in the most secret club in the world, or at least Arcadia Bay. We were pirates, damn it. In our academic espionage last night, or after our academic espionage last night, I felt the same way. It's just that now the stakes are much higher and much more dangerous. I even ended up in some of Rachel Amber's clothes since mine were trashed. A band tee and ripped jeans. So not me. But I haven't found my style yet, so why not have some fun experimenting with the new outfit? Speaking of experiments, Chloe dared me to kiss her. So I did. She probably thought I'd wuss out. Why? It wasn't that big a deal. Though it was cute the way she was kind of embarrassed after and said she would tell Warren. Besides, I think Chloe sees Rachel Amber in her future. When I went down to breakfast, Joyce actually called me Rachel, which just seems so wrong considering how beautiful she is and how boring I am. I guess my new outfit really is working its magic. I ended up helping Joyce make breakfast just like when I was a kid on a sleepover. It's odd how quickly you can fall back into an old routine. So I must have set off Joyce's nostalgia mode since she busted out ye old photo album. I'm one of the few people who loves checking out old pictures. What was that Alfred Hitchcock line about film being pieces of time? Like Mr. Jefferson said, so are photographs. I do think she wanted me to see her new husband in a better light. When David was happy or laughing with Joyce in the picture, I wanted to say, and who is that? Plus, I'm sure it's no accident that there was a photo of Rachel wearing the exact same clothes I had on. She truly is stunning, and somehow looked more punk rock than Chloe. The truly heartbreaking image was the last photo William Price ever took. Chloe and I making pancakes in the kitchen. Joyce really misses that joyful, optimistic girl. I know she's still there. When Chloe smiled at me this morning, I saw her. The picture seemed to sum up everything we had as children and lost as adults. Whatever being an adult means. Which was a perfect cue for Chloe to bounce into the room and start shit with Joyce. This gave me cruel cover so I could sneak into the garage and finally unlock David Madsen's extreme files. Today I finally found out what was in David's secret files. And I admit, I expected it to be worse. I'm relieved that it wasn't, so maybe I'm going easier on him than I should. No surprise that he had detailed files on Kate and Rachel listing their whereabouts along with surveillance pics. David isn't off my shit list yet, but he's a damn good investigator. I'll give him that. It's clear that Frank and Rachel had some kind of relationship, and I don't think Chloe is going to be very happy to hear that. She needs to start waking up. We all do. When David came home, things escalated quickly. He looked more upset than usual, but shrugged when he saw me wearing Rachel's clothes. He was so on edge. Maybe I'll never get to see the David that Joyce loves so much. She and Chloe really let him have it, though. This was the first time I saw them bond since we were kids. But my spidey sense told me that David needed somebody to defend him, even just this once. I just don't feel that we have enough proof to really blame him for everything. Yes, he's a harassing bully with a surveillance fetish, but he seems to be gathering information for his own investigation. The mystery story side of me appreciates that and hopes we can use his research to buffer our own. Despite David's evidence and the bracelet, Chloe refused to believe Rachel was involved with Frank. This is a part of Chloe I don't much like. She gets so damn petulant if she doesn't get her way, or if she hears something she doesn't like. Serious denial. I get why, but that doesn't make dealing with it any easier, so I threw my hands up and suggested we check out Frank's RV. I knew that would piss off Chloe and she would do anything to find out what kind of relationship he had with Rachel. But first we had to get the damn keys to the RV, which meant going into the Two Whales diner and bouncing like a rewind pinball between Frank, Nathan Prescott, and Officer Barry, and fucking with all of them. I'm still dizzy thinking about how I pulled it off. Yay for Max. Sometimes I feel like I'm just cheating at life. The first thing we had to do was get Frank's scary dog out of the RV. So we did the classic cartoon give a dog a bone routine, and Cujo became Scooby-Doo just like that. Frank's RV was pretty much what I expected drug dealer trash chic. But it wasn't as serial killer as I feared. We ransacked the place and found what Chloe didn't want us to find. I'm sorry Chloe had to see the picture of Rachel posing for Frank, even if she did care about him. To her, it's just another betrayal, just another loved one dumping on her. Everybody she ever loved, she lost one way or another. Only I came back from the past. For what? To make Chloe's life more painful? I just wish I could use my rewind power to go all the way back to the days when we were covered in pancake flour. Life was simple. I found Chloe's gun, or should I say David's gun, and reluctantly gave it back to her. I honestly don't feel that she's any safer with it, especially considering how stupid she acts with it. But I definitely don't want Frank coming after Chloe with her own weapon. Alright, and there we go. So that's basically what happened last time. And so now it looks like we traveled back to the past. So let's see what's going on here.
Do you remember how many eggs?
Mom said it depends.
That's true.
So, how many eggs?
Don't you dare
Chloe
question
is just
the chef.
so damn happy and carefree. And this is the last time unless I change it.
I'll let her know that.
I love William like he was in my own family. I won't let him die today. I won't. Man, I remember Chloe reading this. But not after today. Joyce loves William so much.
Good luck, hubby. We're so proud of your promotion. You get a week of 2 whales waffles in your own house. Your loving wifey. Oh, that's nice. Alright, so I think there's supposed to be a picture here that we're supposed to take. Let's see. Because I think that's what this is supposed to be. Yeah, I knew I missed that bird. I don't even know where the hell that bird was.
Remember how many eggs?
Mom said it depends.
That's true.
So, how many eggs?
I know I've seen those pictures before.
Don't you dare question the chef.
Right, like you're the real cook here?
I am when your mom is away.
Chloe was so into manga. Nice hair.
Yeah, that looks just
I'll
like
let her know that.
What a mess we made. I remember those cool drawings I did with Chloe.
Alright, so
Remember how many eggs?
how am I
Mom
supposed to
said it
get this
depends.
photo? Oh, camera.
That's true.
So, how many eggs?
Now I get to take a picture. Strike a pose.
Make me a star.
Just make me look young. Don't you dare question the chef.
Right, like you're the real cook here?
So that photo
I
will
am
have
when your mom is away.
consequences?
You can see the bond between Chloe and her father. And the love. Now this is a photo.
Oh, we can't go over here, it looks like.
I know they never took that big vacation.
Ah, that sucks.
Hello? Hey, honey. Just making a fabulous
I
breakfast.
forgot about this. Back to the lighthouse.
Dad, thanks for the day trip to the lighthouse. This sketch is for you to always remember. Love, Chloe. Damn, Chloe's actually got good drawing skills.
Breakfast with Chloe and Max. We're all going to work at the Two Whales.
My family never took fun, goofy photos like this.
What? Oh, I didn't know you had to get groceries. Of course I'll come pick you up. Now I'll have an excuse to get a mocha. Be there shortly. Love you.
I have to stop William from taking his car today.
Ladies, I have to go rescue yonder queen at the Save Mart.
Oh yeah, I miss movie nights here. Cookies and popcorn.
You are ridiculous.
There shortly. Love you. Excuse me, ladies, I have to go rescue yonder queen at the Save Mart. She doth have many bags of delicious grub for us to feast
You
upon.
are ridiculous.
You'll be grateful for that someday. Shit, where are my keys?
That's $1 for the swear jar.
You mean your college fund? Keys, please.
Where are his keys? We need to see where his keys are, because that's the only way we're gonna know where the keys are.
Aha!
Oh.
You can't hide from me forever. Now lock up after I leave. Play nice. Try not to destroy too much of the house. And no Chloe and Max wine tasting session.
Dad.
Don't blow it, because tonight your mother promised to make us a world-famous salmon surprise with chocolate cake for dessert. Max, you'll be here too, right?
She's never leaving me.
That makes all of us.
Alright, we gotta rewind. You know, that something I wanted to point out is why does Chloe sound much younger? I don't want to undo that.
The chef.
Right.
Yeah, why does
You're the real cook here.
Chloe sound
I am
much
when your mom's
younger?
I could call Joyce at the Two Whales Diner and warn her. If I had the number. Yes, here's the Two Whales number. Now I can warn Joyce.
Actually, I didn't know you could do this.
Hello. Hi, could I please talk to Joyce Price? Oh, she left? Damn. Are you sure? Okay, sorry. Thanks.
So much for that. We could disconnect the phone. Oh. Yeah, so why does Chloe sound much younger than Max? Because Max sounds the same, but Chloe sounds like much younger.
Boom. Disconnected.
Like, is that Ashley Birch, like, voicing young Chloe, or is that someone else? Because it doesn't. What?
Hey, honey. I have no idea why the home phone didn't ring just now. I'm just making a fabulous breakfast with
What?
Chloe and Max.
Oh,
We're all going
wow.
to work at the Two Whales. What? Oh, I didn't know you had to get groceries. Of course I'll come pick you up. Now I'll have an excuse to get a mocha.
Score.
Love you. Excuse me, ladies. I have to go rescue yonder queen at the Save Mart. She doth have many
Wait,
bags of delicious grub for us to feast upon.
You are ridiculous.
You'll be grateful for that someday. Shit, where are my keys?
That's $1 for the swear jar.
You mean your college fund?
Alright, we should be good.
Keys, please. Shit, where are those keys?
Another $1 for the swear jar.
You're bankrupting me.
Wait, what?
I knew this thing would come in handy. How did my keys get in here? And no Chloe and Max wine tasting session.
Dad.
Don't blow it, because tonight your mother promised to make us a world-famous salmon surprise with chocolate cake for dessert.
Wait.
Max, you'll be here too, right?
Is that...
She's never leaving me.
Is that... So, okay, this is...
I have to try. I have to. I was put here to use this power to save William. For Chloe.
So, I know this is supposed to be 2008, and in 2008 I was only like like an 8-year-old, and
Excuse me, ladies, I have to go rescue yonder queen at the Save Mart. She doth have many bags of
wait,
delicious.
I wonder what happens if
to feast upon.
I'm holding the key while
You are ridiculous.
You'll be grateful for that someday. Shit, where are my keys?
That's
I wonder-
$1 for the
I wonder
swear
what happens
jar.
if
You
I'm
mean your
holding the
college
key.
fund? Keys, please.
Yeah, if I'm holding the keys when he pulls that thing out. And there's no point in putting it
where are
in
those
other
keys?
areas because
Another $1 for the
obviously
swear
he's
jar.
just gonna pull that thing out and he'll
You're
just find it.
bankrupting me. Max, this is not the best time for a prank. Keys, please.
I was just, are you sure Joyce is ready? Let's just wait. Sorry.
He just
Here.
I'll get you back someday.
he just looked like he was not in the mood.
And no Chloe and...
Anyways, okay, that thing where like car keys having an alarm, was that really a thing? I mean, my parents never had one, so like I
I need
wouldn't.
to hide the keys where William won't hear his dumb beeper.
Yeah, like my parents never had one of those for like our car keys, so I wouldn't know. Like I think this game was the first time I ever heard of this being the case, where
Hey, honey. I have no idea why the home phone...
you could find car keys
I'm just
by
making
using a
fabulous
beeper.
breakfast with Chloe and Max. We're all going
So
to
like, is
work
that
for
really
2 weeks.
is that really a thing?
Oh, I didn't know you had to get groceries. Of course.
All right,
I'll
we
come
should be good.
Now I'll have an excuse to get a mocha. Be there shortly.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
I know I had those keys right here. I know it. Forgot all about you, little buddy. Release the keys. Of course. Last time I ordered from Spy Guy Electronics.
You can take the bus, right? The stop is right down the street.
This I can do. Good call, Max.
Oh yeah, the bus is great. It comes every 15 minutes and there'll be plenty of room for you and Joyce and groceries and it'll save the environment.
You sold me already. I'm off to yonder bus stop. Joyce will love this.
Max, you are being so fucking strange. You feel okay?
Chloe.
I just want to say, I always love that scene where she talks about the bus because it honestly sounds like an ad for the bus. Because, you know, she, instead of Max just being, oh, why don't you just take the bus? She just goes on about, like, this is why you should take the bus. You know, it's close by, comes by every 15 minutes, good for the environment, you'll have plenty of space for everything, and I just think it's funny, because, I don't know, like, it does really sound like it's just free, like Max is doing free advertising for the bus, because I just think a real life person wouldn't say that. Especially to like an adult, you know, like, I mean, this is 2008. It's not like the bus was a brand new invention. Like, yeah. So, I don't know. I always thought it was a little odd that they added those lines of dialogue, but whatever.
I am awesome. We are awesome.
Look at that. Looks like we already changed time. Or not time, we changed the future. So Chloe got a spanking brand new truck for her birthday instead of the shit box she got right now.
I'm not paying $150 for a concert. I heard that the Vortex Club parties are wild.
What the hell?
The service fee is like 50%.
Hello? Are you even listening, Maxine?
All my friends in LA told me that Oregon was
Max.
cold every day.
Never Maxine.
So that's why she was laughing so much.
I know. Sorry, Mad Max. You're not pissed at me, right? Right? Do you want to go hit the girls' potty and smoke a peace pipe?
I think Max is high.
She's acting like so weird. You cool, Max?
Nobody listened when I said we shouldn't let her in the vortex.
Courtney, you don't want anybody in the club.
Like, whatever, bitch.
Warren, he hooked up with Stella? Oh no, this is totally fucked up. What else have I changed? Chloe.
Damn, David Madsen's a bus driver in this future? Yeah, so I get that she changed time and all that, but I don't understand how saving William leads to David Madsen being a bus driver, Warren, well, yeah, I guess Warren ending up with Stella, and Max being part of the Vortex Club. Like, I really want to know all the events that happened from the point that we, you know, changed time to, like, what the current present is. That's why I really like those kinds of time traveling stories where you see all the event, like, you know, the butterfly effect, where how you see one change in event lead to a change in so many different events. We should get like a comic book or a graphic novel or something like that, basically showing us how things played out in this alternate timeline.
Max Caulfield. Taking a break after taking Seattle by storm, huh? We thought we'd never see you again after you left for the big city.
No. I'd never do that to Chloe.
Speaking of, I know she's been dying to see you. Hold on. Chloe, you have a visitor.
Damn. So, I guess she ended up in a wheelchair this time around, huh? That's actually a bit of a crazy ending to end the episode off. Okay. I was like, what? Okay. Yep. Told you guys. I literally was at the end of the episode. Like, it was just that final section. And yeah, that final section wasn't even that long. I should have finished it last night, but I was just too tired, like I said, and I really didn't want to deal with it at that moment, so whatever. I guess this will be a short episode. But anyways, yeah, so I think you could kind of see what I was talking about with this episode. I know we still have 4 and 5 left, but at least compared to 1 and 2, like, you kind of see what I mean, right? Like, this episode just kind of seems like not a whole lot happens. Cause what? We break into the school after hours. We find some files, you know, we look at them. There's the whole money dilemma thing. We take a swim in the pool. Then we basically just hang out at Chloe's house. And then we just go to like the Two Wells Diner. We find, you know, we kind of snip through Frank's RV. And then we just kind of have like the ending where we go back in time. And like, that's really it. I mean, even right now, as I was describing this episode, it just kind of seems like a lot, like, we go from one plot point to another, to another, to another, and, yeah, like, I feel like not a whole lot happens, because just look at these options. You stole the money, you left the money. I mean, you know, we don't know what's gonna happen with the money, because... yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen with the money. We didn't see anything. You kissed Chloe, you didn't kiss Chloe. I mean, it was just a kiss. Same thing with the argument between David and Chloe. Like, you kind of see what I mean about these choices. They just don't seem... they just seem different compared to, like, the other ones. Like, these ones just kind of don't feel as meaningful or as impactful as, like, the other ones. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at how I did. So I left the money 37%. I'm in the minority. Damn, a lot of people really have no issue stealing money from a handicap fund just so your best friend can pay off some sketchy drug dealer that she's indebted to. I mean, I get it, you know, if it's your best friend and whatnot, but you are talking about stealing from a handicap fund. And yeah, like, I think Chloe does kind of make you doubt if it's even going to them. Which, yeah, fair enough. You can always make that argument, or you could always make that assumption of, like, how do I know that this is actually going to go to what it's intended to go to? But I feel like you could just always apply that logic to anything. And I just think it's a situation of you're not gonna know until, you know, until you see it get done. And if that's the logic you're gonna go with, like, you could always basically justify stealing money. Because you have plausible deniability until either your deniability gets confirmed or not. So, I don't know. Which, I should say, I am not... because, you know, I feel like some people will say, oh, but, you know, stealing the money is for a good cause because you're helping out a friend. Like, why are you being a goody two-shoes law follower or whatever? Like, let me tell you guys, I'm not a goody two-shoes, and I do not believe in following the law 100% just because... I don't think following the law does not necessarily equal being ethically correct or moral, because I could always make that argument. You know, in history, there's been times where crazy things that are ethically wrong were legal. I mean, I think like the classic example is slavery. There was a time when slavery was legal, but just because it was legal, it doesn't mean it was right. So, and then there's some times where it's like you doing the right thing is illegal. So if you do the right thing, you're breaking the law. But I think in this case, it's not really a clear right or wrong. I think it's just more of a, what do you prefer or prioritize, you know, like, or where your ethics lie. Are you fine with stealing money from like something that could potentially be benefiting society just because your friend's life could be in danger if she doesn't find a way to get that money? Or are you more of a, hey, like, this money, we're not supposed to touch it because it's supposed to be going to a good cause, and if you really need money that badly, you will find a way to do it, or you shouldn't have gotten yourself in this situation in the first place. Now, look, at least with Chloe, because she's indebted to a drug dealer, I just don't think being in debt to a drug dealer is a good enough reason, because it's not like she was really coerced by Frank to, you know, buy drugs from him. I mean, yeah, she says she owes him money. And all I gotta say is, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't really like being the guy of like, oh, avoid trouble and you will never get in trouble, because sometimes trouble does unfortunately just find you when you're not even looking for it. Yeah. It just reminds me. That just reminds me, because yesterday in class, I was in class, right? And there's this this guy in my class. He's a little weird. He says out of pocket things. He told me something. He was like, "Oh, don't you think California should go back to Mexico? Like, California would be better off with Mexico than with the U.S." And I told him, like, actually, I wouldn't really say so. I think California would be better independent. Just because, like, you know, I'm Mexican. I have family who lives in Mexico. So, and at least what's going on down there, like, just a little bit of geopolitics. Like, Mexico, like, the government is basically controlled by the cartel, and there's just kind of like a lot of things going on down there. Like, innocent people really just get kidnapped or like die because of cartel leaders or cartel members. And this guy was all like, oh, well, all you gotta do is just not fuck with the cartel and then they won't fuck with you. And I had to, like, that kind of did piss me off a little, because that's, like, I know this guy clearly doesn't understand what's going on down there. And I had to tell him, like, that's not how that works, you know? Like, these people, like, I remember hearing from one of my family members that she was telling me that I guess someone in the family, or like a friend of the family, like, their daughter went to work or went to school or something, and that, like, on the way back, she, like, I guess she was waiting for like the bus or something, and she got kidnapped. She just, like, a van just pulled up, kidnapped her, took her to another town, and when they realized that, like, the person they kidnapped wasn't the person they wanted to kidnap, they just took her back and like threw her off. And yeah, you could say, oh, at least she was fine and whatnot, but that's the thing, like, she just got kidnapped while waiting for the bus, and it's not like she really messed with the cartel as far as I know. So yeah, I don't know. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent here. So the point is I left the money, okay? So 82% of, I'm in the majority for kissing Chloe. Makes sense. The 18% who didn't kiss Chloe, I wonder why. No, seriously, I really do wonder why. It does seem like the majority like kissing Chloe. So yeah, like, this game is marketed as being like LGBTQ+, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people who identify under that group play this game, and you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of them would pick kissing Chloe for obvious reasons. But I really do wonder the 18% who didn't, because I'm not gonna say like they're necessarily homophobic people, because you know, I just think even with like people like that, you have all the anti-woke people, you know, with something as simple as this game has a female protagonist. Like, to them that's already considered woke. So if for them that's enough for this game, for a game to be considered woke, yeah, I don't think they would play this game. So I doubt the 18% would really be like homophobes. I think maybe it's just the 18% who just didn't really want to kiss Chloe. In fact, like, personally, I was gonna stick with not kissing Chloe, just because I don't like I said, I don't really like Chloe. But the only reason I stuck with it was because I just really liked the look on her face. Like, she was just so shocked that I did it, and she even seemed a little flustered after I did it. So I really only stuck with it just because I liked her reaction. So I sided with David. Only 17% of people sided with David, and 83% sided with Chloe. That's basically about the same as like the previous choice. So I think that tells you everything you need to know. Probably the 18% who didn't side with, or who didn't kiss Chloe, are probably the same 17% who sided with David, and vice versa. Like I said, in the past I always sided with Chloe. This time I decided to side with David. Also, like, yeah, I gotta say, I kind of felt a little bad for the dude. Like, I know he's a dick and he's a surveillance. He has a surveillance fetish and whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, something I noticed this time around, playing this game, is that Joyce really tries to convince Max, like, tell Max, like, hey, like, I know David can come across as this type of guy, but like, he does have a deeper side to him, or there is a side to him that not a lot of people see. So I'm just kind of giving you a chance. I'm asking you to give him a chance. So I think just kind of like this time around, really listening to what Joyce says every time she tells me that about David. Like, I think I decided, you know what? Why don't I give this guy a chance? Like, well, you know, let's see. Let's give him a chance to prove himself, you know? Like, and I did see some stuff. Like, I still think that birthday card that he got for Chloe is nice. I mean, it's a small detail, but it really goes a long way, because it shows you that even though Chloe doesn't like him, he's really trying to make an effort. But I mean, you guys see how Chloe is. She does really make things hard. She can be a little hard to deal with. Let's see. You kept Frank's dog from harm, and you got Frank's dog hurt. 96%. And there's 4% that got the dog hurt. Alright, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like with this one it should be 100%, because you have the chance to rewind time, right? After you do your choices. So if you clearly saw that the dog got hurt, why would you why would you stick with that choice? Like, I feel like those 4% really have to be people who just don't like dogs or don't like animals. Cause I just think that's crazy. Even though like the dog, yeah, like he's Frank's and it's an aggressive dog. I mean, he's just protecting his territory. Any normal dog would do that. My dog likes to protect his territory, but let me tell you, like, he's actually a really friendly dog. Like, he's just like dog. That's just how dogs are. They're territorial. So I don't know. For the 4% who let Frank's dog like get hurt, like, what's wrong with you guys? And then last but not least, Chloe has David's gun, 71%. That one makes sense. I think the 29%, a good chunk of it probably has to be people who didn't find the gun. And maybe the other percentage are people who like think Chloe shouldn't have the gun, but I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't really be the case, because if it's a choice between should Chloe have the gun or should Frank have the gun, I think it's better if Chloe has the gun, because do you really want this drug dealer who your best friend is indebted to have a gun? Like, that's, yeah, if you're in that situation, you wouldn't want that person to have a gun. Alright, next. Oh, look at me. Lisa is alive. See? Told you guys. It's about half and half. You helped Warren with his exam. 33%. Okay, so I know that, like, I'm in the majority there. Like I said, I think maybe this could be because people didn't really go and, like, didn't check the classroom thoroughly. That could be, like, a good chunk of it. Maybe some other people, they're the... oh, I can't mess with someone's grade. But I only did it because like Warren was really helping me out, and then I did kind of like, you know, I rejected him for going into the drive-thru, for going with him to the drive-thru. So I really felt like helping him with his exam was the least I could do. And besides, he still had what? He had an A-, I think. I changed it to an A+, so it wasn't like I drastically changed his grade. Like, he still had an A. It just went from an A- to an A+. You are on the Vortex Club party list. You are not on the Vortex Club party list. Wait. So by erase, oh, I see. The 9% who are on the Vortex Club party list, how did they do that? Is there like another list lying around that like you could add your name to? And the thing is, I don't think I ever found this, because I think every time I played this, I was always not on the list. So I did erase some names. I'm in the minority there, only 22% compared to 78%. Once again, I really think it's just like a lot of, okay, so something to keep in mind is that these are all optional, and a lot of these you really have to go out your way to find them. So if you kind of see like a huge gap between like the two choices, I think a lot of it might just boil down to the people just didn't really find it. Let's see. You erased the cops' answer phone machine. You didn't erase the cop's message, so like half and half. You helped Alyssa. You didn't help Alyssa. Alright. You warned the homeless woman. You didn't warn the homeless woman. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, I feel like, cause you really had to go around the two L's diner back to the same spot she was there before, which if you didn't go there in episode 2, you wouldn't go there in episode 3, because like you don't know she's there. And even then, like you get the choice of whether you want to tell her or not. So I don't know if by not telling her she still finds out, or maybe she just doesn't find out. But I decided to tell her because I did feel like she would listen to me. And even if she didn't, like, she's homeless. Like, I don't really care if she thinks I'm a weirdo. You took a photo in the past. You didn't take a photo in the past. Half and half. Makes sense. I mean, to be fair, if you're really trying to get the collectible photos, I think, like, you would obviously run into this one. You left a mark on the fireplace. You didn't leave a mark on the fireplace. I didn't do that? Oh, I should have done that. Whatever. Oh, no. Dark room. Alright, so yeah, next time. We only got 2 more episodes left. Dark room and polarized. So, you know, closing thoughts real quick on this episode before I call it. Yeah, as I said before, I think this is probably like my least favorite episode. I do like William though. I had to say, cause like before this episode, you only hear about him, and the only father figure of Chloe's you know is, or you really meet, is David. And yeah, David is just such a like douchey asshole. So when you see William, like, it's just a complete contrast between David and William, because William really just seems like the very fun, goofy, cool, loving dad. And you know, I have to say, seeing how Chloe's dad was like, I can understand why her dad dying really, like, you know, affected her, because she had a really great relationship with her dad. So, you know, losing a parent is never easy, but losing a parent like that is just it hurts much more. But then seeing your mom end up with this guy who's like completely opposite, like the complete opposite of your dad, like, you know, like David, I could see why Chloe just gets even more mad, and why, well, she already doesn't like David, but I think seeing that, now I can understand why she could be a bit of a bitch towards her mom, because maybe I think she like blames her mom for like, oh, well, I think maybe part of the reason is she might blame her mom for getting her dad killed, since she was the one who called him. I know she did say that her mom kind of blames herself. I don't know if, I can't remember if Chloe said if she blames her mom. I know she said she blames her dad for dying, which I think is kind of crazy. Like, she blames her dad for getting himself killed. But I don't know if she ever said if she blames her mom, but I think the way she treats her mom, I think she might blame her a little, but for sure, I think she's just also mad that her mom ended up with someone like David. I mean, she was going on about like, oh, all these people in my life have disappointed me. So I think that's the way like her mom disappointed her, by like marrying David and being together with him and whatnot. But you know, I do understand where Chloe comes from, why she is the way she is to some extent. But as much as I can't speak. As tragic as her life may have turned out after like her dad died, I do have to agree with Max on one thing, which is she does really kind of like to play the victim a lot, because, you know, you already see it with like how if Max doesn't give her attention, she gets all angry because she's like, why are you not giving me the attention? Like, you're my best friend. You left me for 5 years. Like, you know, she always plays that "you left me for 5 years" card whenever like she kind of doesn't get her way. And then same thing, she like Max mentioned in her journal, that she gets super mad when something doesn't go her way, and then when like Max was starting to get suspicious that maybe Rachel was involved with Frank somehow. She was like in denial about it, being all like, oh no, yeah, she was just being like super in denial about it. So yeah, she was being super in denial about it, and then she went on to basically say, oh yeah, she betrayed me too. And yeah, she even recognizes it too, because when she was like, oh, I blame my dad, like he's the whole reason for why my life sucks. And Max is like, do you actually really blame your dad? And then she says, well, I have to blame someone, because if no one is at fault, then, or I have to blame someone, because if I can't blame anyone, then that means that the only person at fault for like why my life sucks is me. And like, she really hit the nail around the coffin there. Like, she recognizes that the way she's acting is all based on her. Like, she's the one who's choosing to react this way and act out this way. But of course, she doesn't want to take accountability for her actions. So it's just easier for her to blame everyone else, which, you know, like, that's always been a problematic thing. I could get into that. I'm not going to, because I think I've been talking for too long now. So you know, I can continue this next time as the story unfolds. But next time we'll start up the Dark Room, episode 4. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I know that it is freezing, but I think we have to walk